Welcome to KnowledgeNest. I'm your host. This is a place where wisdom takes flight. We all have that inner child within us who's curious about everything. Why is the sky blue? Why do birds fly? Why do we need to learn? Because learning is like a superpower that lets you explore the world around you and understand how things work. And when you understand things, you become wise. And wisdom is the superpower that all of us inner children are seeking. So sit back, open your mind, and get ready to learn. You can learn about anything and everything. Just ask your questions, and we'll find the answers together. This is an open book, a world of knowledge waiting for you to discover it. So spread your wings and fly high, little knowledge seeker, because here in KnowledgeNest we believe that everyone can be wise. In a quiet mountain village, where the air is pure and silence teaches wisdom, there lived an old sage. People came from far and wide to seek his guidance. One day, a young man approached the sage, restless and frustrated. He had wasted much of his life chasing things that never truly mattered. The sage smiled gently and said, "Sit, my child. Today I will tell you the secret of time. For every moment is a seed, and you must learn how to plant it wisely." The young man pondered these words. "You carry the wisdom of ages past. How can I, a mere mortal, understand the secret of time? How can I plant the seeds of life?" The sage looked at him with twinkling eyes and said, "You already know the answer within you. I can only help you remember. You are the gardener of your own destiny. The seeds of your actions today will grow into the experience of tomorrow. Plant kindness and compassion, and you will reap joy and love. Plant fear and anger, and you will harvest sorrow and pain. The choice, my child, is yours." The sage raised his hand and said, "People think money is the most precious currency, but no, my child. The real currency is time. You can lose money and earn it back. But once time slips away, it never returns. Every day you wake up, you are spending the most valuable treasure you'll ever own." The young man pondered over these words and then asked, "So how can I make sure that I don't waste this precious time?" The sage smiled and said, "My child, imagine you have $6,400 in your bank account, and one day you wake up and discover that someone has stolen $10 from you. Would you immediately throw away the remaining $86,390? "No, of course not," the young man exclaimed. "That would be crazy. I would find a way to use that money wisely." The sage continued, "Then why do you waste your time every day? Every day life gives you 6,400 seconds, yet you waste them on anger, gossip, fear, and regret. Your time is limited, just like your money. So value your seconds as you value your breath. When you understand this, you will start to use your time wisely." The young man was deeply moved by the sage's words and realized the importance of valuing his time. From that day on, he made sure to spend his time wisely, pursuing his dreams and making the most of every opportunity that came his way. And so, my friends, let us all remember the valuable lesson shared by the young man and the sage. Our time is our most precious resource, and we must use it wisely. Let us not waste our time on negative emotions or meaningless pursuits, but instead focus on what truly matters, such as our health, relationships, and personal growth. When we realize that we only have a limited amount of time, we will begin to appreciate the urgency of pursuing our dreams and living life to the fullest. So let us take action now and make the most of the time that we have. The sage continued, "A moment with your loved ones can build a memory that lasts beyond death itself. But if you trade these moments for distractions, one day you will sit in silence and wish for time that will never return. Choose presence over absence, love over neglect, laughter over screens. Every moment becomes a memory. Choose which ones to create." Friends, we have the tendency to take our loved ones for granted. We assume they'll always be there, so we don't make time for them or invest in our relationship with them. We don't tell them how much we love them when we should. We don't give them the time and attention they deserve. And then one day they're gone and we're left with nothing but regret and longing for the good old days. I have some good news for you. It's never too late. You can turn things around today. Tell your loved ones how much you appreciate them. Tell them how much you love them. Tell them how much you enjoy their company. Tell them how grateful you are to have them in your life. Give them a big hug. Give them a long, lingering kiss. Give them your full, undivided attention. Let them know how much they mean to you. And when they're gone and you're sitting in silence, you will have peace knowing that you made the most of your time with them. You have no regrets. You don't have to live with the what-ifs and if-onlys. Your memory bank is filled with all the good times you shared together. And when you think back on those memories, you smile. You feel good. You feel grateful. You're thankful for the time you had. So don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Don't put it off any longer. Make time for the people who matter most. Make time for your loved ones. Tell them how much you appreciate them. Tell them how much you love them. Tell them how much you enjoy their company. Let them know how much they mean to you. Because every moment with them is a moment well spent. Every moment with them is a memory in the making. And you wouldn't want to miss out on making those memories, would you? So go on. Give them a call. Send them a text message. Tell them how much you love them. Tell them how much you appreciate them. Tell them how much you enjoy their company. Let them know how much they mean to you. Because every moment with them is a moment well spent. Every moment with them is a memory in the making. And you wouldn't want to miss out on making those memories, would you? So what are you waiting for? Go on. Make time for the people who matter most. Make time for your loved ones. Tell them how much you appreciate them. Tell them how much you love them. Tell them how much you enjoy their company. Let them know how much they mean to you. Because every moment with them is a moment well spent. Every moment with them is a memory in the making, and you wouldn't want to miss out on making those memories, would you? The sage stood and pointed to the flowing river. Look at the river, he said. You cannot step in the same water twice. The river moves forward, just as time does. Do not wait for the perfect day to begin. Do not wait for tomorrow to forgive, to love, to create. Tomorrow is promised to no one. If you want to live, live now. If you want to dream, start now. For the river will not wait for you. A young man looked at the sage and asked, "How can I follow my dreams? How can I find my purpose in life?" The sage smiled and said, "You are like a tree. You cannot see your roots, but the roots are there. You are more like a river than you think. You flow, you change, you adapt. And yet there is a constant movement within you that drives you ever forward. That constant movement is your purpose. It is the force that makes you who you are. It is what gives you your direction. You are a river, my friend, and your purpose is to flow." "But," the young man said, "there are times when the riverbed is blocked and the river cannot flow. There are times when the river is dammed and its waters are held back. There are times when the river is polluted and its waters are muddied and slowed." The sage nodded. "Yes," he said, "there are times when we are blocked, when we are dammed, when we are polluted. But these are not the times to give up. These are the times to dig deeper, to break through, to find a new path, to clean ourselves, to make ourselves stronger. For it is in these times that we discover our true strength, our true resilience, our true power." The young man looked at the sage and asked, "How can I discover my true purpose? How can I find my strength?" The sage smiled and said, "You already have discovered your true purpose. You already have found your strength. You are stronger than you think, more resilient than you know, more capable than you believe. You are a river, my friend, and your purpose is to flow." As we end this session, I want you to remember that you are a river. Your purpose is to flow. Don't wait for the perfect day to begin. Don't wait for tomorrow to forgive, to love, to create. Tomorrow is promised to no one. If you want to live, live now. If you want to dream, start now. For the river will not wait for you. A young man once asked the sage, "But how do I use my time wisely?" The sage replied, "Foolish people spend time. The wise invest it. You can spend time with a fool, but don't invest time in being a fool. It's easy to waste time. It's easy to kill time. It's easy to squander time. Everyone does it every day. You know, we kill time by watching mindless shows. We kill time by scrolling down social media feeds. We kill time by getting lost in the YouTube algorithm. But the problem with killing time is that the time you kill comes back to haunt you. You become the very thing that you have wasted your time on. You become addicted to social media. You become addicted to quick dopamine hits. You become addicted to instant gratification. And when you look back, you realize that all that you have to show for your life is a bunch of regrets. So instead of spending time, learn to invest time. Invest time in learning new skills. Invest time in developing your talents. Invest time in building relationships. Spend time with people who make you feel good about yourself, who challenge you to be a better version of yourself. Invest time in acts of kindness. Go out and help others. Go out and make a difference. Don't just waste time. Invest time. An hour of focused, intense work is far better than an hour of mindless scrolling. An hour of quality time with family and friends is far better than an hour spent in useless pursuits. You see, whatever you do with your time today is what your future self will inherit tomorrow. If you fill your time with junk, then your future self will be left with a mountain of regrets. But if you fill your time with purpose, if you fill your time with meaning, then your future self will inherit a life that is truly fulfilling. So don't waste time. Invest it. Become the kind of person who invests time, who values time, because time is all we have. It's our most precious resource. Don't let it slip through your fingers. The sage's eyes grew soft. The greatest gift you can ever give is your time. Not gold, not jewels, not promises, time. When you sit with someone in their sorrow, you give them life. When you play with a child, you give them joy they will carry forever. Time given with love becomes eternal. So ask yourself, where is your time going? And who is receiving it? I was just 21 years old when I first heard these words. I had just graduated from university and was working in my father's business. I felt trapped and unfulfilled, but I thought that things would get better once I got married. I was wrong. One day I met a woman who changed my life. She was a volunteer at an orphanage, and I began to spend my time there, playing with the children, reading to them, and simply being present. I discovered that I loved being around children and realized that my true passion lay in teaching. It took me a while to gather the courage to leave my father's company and pursue my dream. But when I finally did, I knew that I had found my purpose. For the next 15 years, I dedicated my life to teaching and mentoring young people. I poured my heart and soul into my students, knowing that I was making a positive impact on their lives. Then one day, one of my former students, a young man I had taught in high school, approached me. He had just graduated from university and was starting his own business. He told me that he had always remembered what I had taught him and that he wanted to pay it forward by mentoring other young people. He asked if I could help him set up a foundation to support underprivileged children in pursuing their education. As I watched this young man become everything he was meant to be, I realized that the time I had spent with him and other students was not just about teaching academics. It was about giving them the tools they needed to succeed in life. It was about showing them that they could achieve anything they set their minds to. It took me years to understand the true meaning of the sage's words, but now I know that the greatest gift I could ever give was my time. Not the time I spent making money or climbing the corporate ladder, but the time I invested in people. The time I gave freely and joyfully. That is what made my life truly fulfilling. And as I look back on my journey, I can see that every moment, every interaction, every lesson I taught was a step towards something greater. It was all part of a divine plan that led me to this moment right here with you today. So I encourage you to take time out of your busy life to invest in others. Nurture the relationships that bring you joy and fulfillment. Give back to your community and make a positive impact on the world around you. Because when you give your time, you are giving a gift that will keep on giving. You never know how much your time and attention will impact someone else's life. So don't waste it. Give it freely and joyfully, and watch as it transforms your life and the lives of others forever. The sage placed his hand on the young man's shoulder. Many people live as if they are waiting for life to start. They say, "I'll be happy when I'm rich, when I retire, when everything is perfect." But life is not a dress rehearsal. It is happening now. Do not delay living. Celebrate the little things. Smile today. Forgive today. Begin today. For time lost is life lost. The young man was disheartened. He had graduated with honors from a prestigious university. Yet here he was, working in a dead-end job, living paycheck to paycheck, his dreams postponed, his ambitions put on hold. He felt like a failure. The sage, noticing the turmoil in the young man's heart, spoke again. Do not compare your beginning to someone else's middle or end. Your time will come. It may not have been your choice to start at this place, but it is your choice to finish strong. Where you start is not as important as how you start, and it is never too late to start. The young man pondered these words. He realized that while he compared himself to others who were more successful, more accomplished, more fortunate, he forgot that everyone's journey was unique, their paths and timelines laid out by the twists and turns of fate. Some were dealt full hands, while others had to start with just a deck of cards, but it was up to them to make the best of what they had, to play the cards they were dealt with skill and finesse. He thought about the friends he had made during his college years. Some had landed prestigious jobs immediately after graduation, basking in the glow of early success. Others were still figuring things out, trying different job roles, searching for their passions, and yet others had taken a different path altogether, choosing entrepreneurship over conventional employment. All of them were on their own timelines, moving at their own pace, and all of them were trying their best. The realization brought a sense of calm to the young man's heart. He understood that his time would come if he worked hard, stayed focused, and didn't give up on his dreams. The disappointment of not being further ahead in his journey was replaced by a quiet determination to make the most of where he was, and to move forward with intention and purpose. He looked at the sage, his eyes filled with gratitude. Thank you for your guidance, sage. I feel much better now. I realize that it is not where we start, but how we start that truly matters. The sage smiled, his eyes twinkling with wisdom. Remember, my young friend, it is never too late to start. You have the power to create a life you want. The first step is to start today. The sage gave his final words. He said, "The clock of life ticks silently, my child. It does not tell us when it will stop. That is why every moment matters. Fill your seconds with meaning, and your life will become a masterpiece." The young man bowed his head, tears in his eyes. For the first time he realized that time was not his enemy. It was his greatest gift. And from that day forward, he vowed never to waste a single moment again. A few days before his death, the same young man visited the sage. He had a question that was bothering him for a long time. He said, "Sage, I have heard people say that time is the most valuable thing in life, yet we waste it every day. We have no control over time. It just keeps ticking whether we use it or not. So how can it be our greatest gift?" The sage smiled and said, "That is an excellent question. You are right. Time is ticking all the time, whether we use it or not. But here's the secret. You don't have to use time. Time will be used whether you like it or not. Your life will pass anyway, whether you are using your time or wasting it. The choice, my child, is yours. If you choose to use your time wisely, it becomes your greatest gift. If you choose to waste it, it will be your greatest regret." He continued, "Think of a sculptor who has a block of marble. If he does nothing with it, it will remain a useless block. But if he carves that block, he can create a beautiful sculpture. It all depends on how he uses it. Same is true to your life. You are here on this earth for a purpose. You have gifts and talents. You have people who love you and need you. Don't waste your life. Don't waste your time. Use it wisely, and you will see your life becoming a masterpiece." The young man was silent, thinking about the words of the sage. After a while, he asked, "So what should I do, sage? How can I use my time wisely?" The sage looked at him and said, "That is a question you will have to answer yourself. I can't tell you what to do with your life, only you know what you have to do. Look inside yourself, my child. Find the purpose that gives meaning to your life. Pursue it with all your heart and soul, and in the process you will use your time wisely." The young man thought about the words of the sage. He went back home and started thinking about what he really wanted to do with his life. He wanted to help people. He wanted to make a difference in the world. And so he started volunteering at a local charity. He also started spending more time with his family and friends. He began to appreciate the gift of time and never took it for granted. Thanks for watching Knowledge Nest. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Stay connected for more life-changing lessons. See you in the next story.